Welcome back to cooking every single recipe in the official Stardew Valley cookbook. Today we're making eggplant parmesan with Gus's famous marinara sauce. Don't forget to subscribe and vote for what I make next in the comments below. To start this recipe off, you're going to want to cut 2 pounds of medium eggplants into about 1/2 inch rounds. And then you're going to sprinkle the top of them with salt on a cookie sheet and leave them to sit for 45 minutes until they all sweat out their bitter juices. While the eggplants sweat, you're going to make Gus's famous marinara sauce. You're going to want to mince 3 cloves of garlic and finally chop 1 small yellow onion. Now you're going to empty a can of whole peeled San Marzano plum tomatoes in puree into a bowl and squish the tomatoes into bite-sized pieces. Now, in a small Dutch oven, you're going to want to put 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and then put in your yellow onion and just stir it occasionally until it becomes pretty tender. And then you're going to put in your garlic and stir it constantly until that becomes tender. So that one's like 1 to 2 minutes. And then you're going to put in your plum tomatoes and along with salt. A 1/15-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, a 1/4 teaspoon red pepper flakes, 3/4 teaspoons of dried oregano, and 1 bay leaf. And you're going to mix that together and let it simmer for a little bit. Once it's done simmering, you're going to remove the bay leaf and then add a 1/3 cup lightly packed fresh basil leaves. I forgot to do that, and those are just sitting there until they're wilted. And then you can put them in the fridge or something, or put in the freezer until you need it, or you can just if you're just using it immediately, you'll just leave it out. Now, in 1 of 3 shallow bowls, you're going to mix together 2.5 cups of panko, 1/4 cup grated Parmesan cheese, 1.5 teaspoons oregano, and 1.5 teaspoons granulated garlic, along with a couple of grinds of salt and pepper. In the next shallow bowl, you're going to mix together a cup all-purpose flour, salt, then a good chunk of salt and pepper. And in the 3rd shallow bowl, you're going to mix together 3 large eggs, a little bit of water, and salt and pepper. And then you're going to pat dry your sweated eggplant. You're going to coat it in flour, then egg, then panko, and put to the side to be used right after. Now, in a bowl, mix together 1 15-ounce container whole milk ricotta drained, 4 ounces goat cheese, 2 tablespoons heavy cream, and 2 tablespoons fresh flat leaf parsley, which I forgot to mix in, and just whisk it until smooth. Now you're going to fill up a large, decently shallow pot about halfway with oil, and heat it to about 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you're going to put your eggplant in, cooking for 2 minutes on each side. So you'll put it in, cook it for 2 minutes, and then grab like tongs and flip them to the other side, cook it for 2 minutes, and then put it onto a wire racks on a cookie sheet so it can like drip out. And now, to assemble it, you're going to put about a cup of the marinara sauce on the bottom of a 9x13 baking dish, a layer on top about half of the eggplants, then put all of the ricotta mixture on top of that eggplants, and then put another about 1.5 cups of the marinara sauce on top of that ricotta mixture, and then you're going to put sliced mozzarella cheese rounds on top of each of the eggplants, and then you're going to put another layer of marinara sauce on top of that, eggplants, marinara sauce, cheese, and don't forget to sprinkle the Parmesan cheese as well. That goes on with the mozzarella. I almost forgot that. And then you can garnish with a fresh basil leaf. This was really good, like super good. I would definitely make this again. I really like the eggplants you could split with just like the side of your fork, which was really nice. And there was cheesy goodness. It tasted like lasagna, but instead of noodles, it's eggplants. So 9.5 out of 10.